In the heart of a sprawling mountain range, where peaks kissed the clouds and valleys whispered ancient secrets, lay a stone unlike any other. It was not particularly large, nor was it adorned with striking colors or intricate patterns. It was a simple gray stone, nestled amongst countless others. Yet, this stone harbored a secret, a silent symphony within its unyielding form. It dreamed. This was no ordinary dream of fleeting images and jumbled thoughts. The stone dreamt in geological timescales, its slumbering consciousness stretching across millennia. It dreamt of the mountain's slow, patient rise from the molten core of the earth, of the relentless grinding of glaciers carving its rugged face, of the silent dance of erosion shaping its contours grain by patient grain. The stone dreamt of the world awakening around it. It felt the tentative touch of moss as it began its slow colonization, the insistent grip of roots seeking purchase in its cracks, the scurry of tiny creatures finding shelter in its shadow. It dreamt of the first trees, their roots delving deep, their leaves rustling in winds that carried the scent of a new green world. Through its timeless dreaming, the stone witnessed the ebb and flow of life. It felt the heavy tread of massive beasts whose names were long forgotten, the fleeting presence of early humans who sought refuge in its lee, their campfires casting flickering shadows on its ancient surface. It absorbed the vibrations of their laughter, their fear, their hopes whispered into the wind. One day, a young shepherd boy named Idris stumbled upon the stone. Idris was a dreamer himself, his days spent tending his father's flock on the mountain slopes, his mind often wandering to faraway lands and fantastical adventures. He was drawn to the unassuming gray stone, perhaps by an unconscious recognition of the quiet dreaming it held within. Idris would often sit beside the stone, sharing his simple meals and his fanciful tales. He would tell the stone of the soaring eagles he watched, of the playful lambs he cared for, of the stories his grandmother spun around the crackling fire at night. He never expected a response, yet he felt a strange sense of companionship in the stone's silent presence. Years passed. Idris grew into a young man, his dreams evolving but his connection to the stone remaining. He learned the ways of the mountain, the language of its winds and its streams. He became a skilled climber, his knowledge of the terrain as solid as the stone he had befriended. One harsh winter, a terrible blizzard swept through the mountains. The wind howled like a hungry wolf, and the snow fell relentlessly, burying everything in a thick white blanket. Idris's village, nestled in a high valley, was cut off from supplies, and food began to run dangerously low. Desperate, the elders of the village decided that someone had to brave the treacherous conditions and make the perilous journey down the mountain to the nearest town for help. Many strong and experienced men hesitated, fearing the wrath of the storm. Idris, however, felt a strange courage stir within him. He knew the mountain, every twist and turn, every hidden path. And as he stood looking at the snow-covered slopes, his gaze fell upon the familiar gray stone, now almost entirely buried. In that moment, he felt an inexplicable surge of confidence, a deep understanding of the mountain's enduring strength. "I will go," Idris announced to the astonished villagers. "I know the mountain. I will bring help." Armed with his knowledge, his determination, and a simple walking stick, Idris set out into the blizzard. The journey was arduous and fraught with peril. The wind buffeted him, the snow blinded him, and the treacherous ice threatened to send him tumbling into the deep ravines. Yet, as he struggled through the storm, Idris kept thinking of the silent stone on the mountainside. He imagined its unwavering presence, its patient endurance through countless ages. He drew strength from its imagined steadfastness, remembering the countless storms the mountain itself had weathered. Days later, battered but alive, Idris reached the town and brought back the much-needed supplies. His bravery saved his village from starvation. He was hailed as a hero, his name forever etched in the memory of his people. When the snow finally melted and life returned to the mountain slopes, Idris went back to visit the gray stone. He sat beside it, weary but grateful, and shared the tale of his journey. He spoke of the storm, the fear, and the unexpected courage that had carried him through. As he spoke, Idris noticed something different about the stone. A thin, almost invisible vein of shimmering quartz had appeared on its surface, tracing a delicate pattern across its gray face. It was as if the stone, in its silent, timeless way, had acknowledged his story, had absorbed his experience into its own long dreaming history. Idris realized then that the stone, in its dreaming, had not just witnessed the world, but had somehow connected with it, had subtly influenced it with its ancient wisdom and its enduring strength. And perhaps, in turn, Idris's life, his courage, and his connection to the mountain had become a part of the stone's ongoing dream. The stone remained on the mountainside, silent and still, continuing its long, patient dreaming. It dreamt of the shepherd boy who had become a hero, of the village he had saved, and of the enduring bond between humanity and the ancient, dreaming heart of the earth. And those who knew the tale sometimes felt, when they sat beside the gray stone, a faint echo of its dream, a whisper of the mountain's timeless wisdom. The moral of the story is that even seemingly inanimate objects can hold a profound and inspiring presence. It highlights the power of connection with nature, the strength that can be drawn from understanding and appreciating the enduring qualities of the world around us, and the idea that courage and resilience can be found in unexpected sources, often through a deep and silent communion with the natural world. It also suggests that our experiences and actions can, in turn, become part of a larger, ongoing narrative, subtly influencing the world in ways we may not fully comprehend.